Hi, I'm Jeremy, and today we're going to be replacing the taillight on this 2010 Nissan Altima. And when you're replacing a taillight, you want it to fit and function and look just like the original one. And with a TRQ brand, you're going to get all three of those. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing you want to do is pop this thing out. And once you do that, this comes right out. Now you can pop this away, and you'll find two nuts hidden behind these plastic clips. There's one and there's another. So you can see they're 8mm, and that is exactly what holds your taillight into your car. So we're going to get an 8mm socket. I'm going to crack each one loose. And at this point, I can spin them off by hand. Make sure you don't drop them down into the floor, because they're tough to get at once you've dropped them. There you go. So now we should be able to just pull this thing right off. Let's give it a shot. There we go. You can see the bottom side has a couple of little push pin type things that slide into the body right here and here. And it's got one more up here, which lines up with this white one right here. So now that you're at this point, you can do a couple different things. You can change your taillight bulbs by turning 90 degrees. These bulbs pull right out, like that. And then to get them back in, you put them in, turn them 90 degrees. That's how all of these bulbs work. Same exact thing. This one's actually burnt out. So this is a 194 bulb, and it pulls straight out. We'll replace that one in a bit. And to put it back in, you just put it in, turn it 90 degrees, and it locks into place. That's how all these work. So if you wanted to just replace the headlight or the taillight housing, all you got to do is pull all these bulbs out and pull the wiring away, which just unclips, and then you can replace the entire housing. Or if you're just looking to replace a bulb, then you just pull that bulb out, whatever one happens to be bad, and you can replace just that bulb. In this case, we're just going to put it back together. So now what you want to do is line up the push pins with these little rubber O-rings in the body. And then make sure the bolts line up inside the body as well. Okay, so now it's lined up. Now you want to give it a little bump to lock it into place, just like that. And now you can see the body line is nice and even around, and we can put the nuts back on the inside. Now we're going to put the nuts back on the inside. There's one. Here's the other. So now you want to tighten these up. But my word of caution is these are very easy to snap off. So a couple of tips that I'll give you is you always want to push down on the taillight when you're tightening it, and just tighten it with your wrist. Don't start using the muscle from your arm, because once you start using that muscle, you'll snap off the whole stud, and then you'll be buying a new taillight housing. So just use your wrist to tighten these up. That's all you need. And then at this point, you can push the clips back on, cover it back up in the trunk, of course, and then reinstall this clip. Sometimes this thing pops out. It's easy enough to just push right back in. And the job is done.